So good afternoon, children. Today we are going to learn second lesson, that is prose, 8th standard first language English. The boy who sold wisdom. Wisdom. So what is the meaning wisdom? Wisdom is in Kannada buddhivantike or knowledge, then good manners. Like that. Now, three reading task. King Akbar received a letter from a neighboring king asking for a potful of wisdom. He in turn consulted his clever jester, Birbal. Birbal requested the king to give him some time to give a potful of wisdom. The king agreed. So Birbal grew a pumpkin in a pot and gave it to the king. The king in turn sent it across to the neighboring king with a note. The wisdom should be removed without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. If you damage either of them, you should be ready for a battle. Then a neighboring king was surprised to see the potful of wisdom, realized his mistake, and fell at the emperor's feet. He begged the emperor, forgive him. So this story you understood. That is King Akbar's neighboring king. Then what he did? He sent a letter, then asking for a potful of wisdom. In a way, because wisdom it cannot be seen. So then it cannot be measured also, no shape, no size. But that is why he wanted like that, because he wanted to insult King Akbar. But King Akbar cleverly he handed over that query to whom? To jester, that is Birbal. And Birbal also is ready to give the answer for that. So he asked king to give some time to give a potful of wisdom. So Akbar also agreed. Then Birbal grew a pumpkin in the pot and gave it to the king. Then the wisdom should be removed without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. If you damage whatever, either of them, that is pot or a pumpkin, what you would do? Ready for a battle. So the neighboring king, now he understood and then his mistake, and then he asked for Akbar's mercy. So this is the story. And what was the demand of the neighboring king? Neighboring king was demanding what? A potful of wisdom. How did Birbal get a potful of wisdom? Birbal grew a pumpkin in a pot and gave it to Akbar. So what is the meaning of a potful of wisdom? That is, I told you, wisdom is, it cannot be seen also. It cannot be measured. So the neighboring king, he wanted to insult whom? King Akbar. So he sent this type of message. But Akbar was clever enough, he could give the answer because of a Birbal. The next one. So what happened? Birbal also grew a pumpkin and he gave it, showing that it cannot be removed or it cannot be, that is, it should not be damaged, either pot or a pumpkin. So like that now the king realizes, neighboring king realizes folly, mistake, and then requested Akbar for a mercy. Okay, now coming to the lesson. Here we are also the same, like this only we are also going to read a story about Nagendra. Nagendra was orphaned and found himself without a job. He was clever and he had learned many things by observing his father. One day he had a brilliant idea. He went into the town and hired the smallest and the cheapest place he could find and set up a shop. He spent a few nickel coins he had on paper, ink, and a pen. Over his shop, he put a placard that said, wisdom for sale. All around him were merchants who had large shops. They sold cloth, jewelry, fruits, vegetables, and things that people bought every day. Nagendra called out all kinds of wisdom for sale, reasonable prices. The people who had come to buy things could not see anything in his shop. They could only hear the words he was shouting. They crowded around and laughed at him. No one bought even one piece of wisdom from him, but he was patient. So the first para is telling about a Nagendra. Orphan means he had no parents. So he wanted to have a job because he was without a job and for expenditure he needed some work. So he was clever and he had learned many things. How? By observing his father only. And one day then he had some idea, which idea? That is wanted to open a shop to sell wisdom. He went into the town and he hired, that is, he took a shop on rent, the smallest and the cheapest place he could find and set up a shop. So he did that. He opened a shop. He spent a few nickel coins. He had only few coins. With that, what he bought? He bought a paper, ink, and a pen. With that, what he wrote? He wrote a placard means a bold, wisdom for sale. He wrote this and then kept it on top of the shop. All around him were merchants who had large shops. They all had the surrounding shops were all very big. They sold what they sold: cloth, jewelry, and fruits and vegetables and the things the people could buy every day. Nagendra called it. He also started shouting all kinds of wisdom for sale, reasonable price. Like that, he was also shouting. And the people who had come to buy things could not see anything in his shop. On hearing his shouting, the people came to see then what is available in the shop, but unfortunately, nothing was there. But could only hear his words, that is a shouting. What is wisdom for sale? And they crowded around and laughed at him because nothing was seen in the shop, so they laughed at him. No one bought even one piece of wisdom from him, but he was a patient. So they made fun of him, but even then Nagendra did not lose his patience. One day, Babu, a rich merchant's son, happened to pass by and heard the wisdom seller hawking his wares. Wisdom of all kinds. He was a stupid boy. He didn't know what was really being sold. He thought it was a vegetable or a thing he could hold in his hand. So he asked Nagendra what it would cost per kg. Nagendra said, I do not sell wisdom by weight, I sell it by quality. So what happened? Babu, that is who came one day to his shop, a rich merchant's son, Babu. Then he happened to pass by and seeing his shop empty, then Babu got into the shop and he asked, what is the wisdom? And he didn't know what is really that is being sold. So he asked to give, that is like a vegetable, to give 1 kg of wisdom. He gave 1 coin. And Nagendra told, no, I am not selling wisdom by weight, I sell it by quality only. So Babu put down a nickel coin and then asked Nagendra to give him a nickel's worth of wisdom. The boy took out a piece of paper and wrote on it, it is not wise to stand and watch two people fighting. And he asked Babu to keep it tight in his turban cloth. So after receiving, that is from Babu, 1 nickel coin, then he took a piece of paper. Nagendra took a piece of paper and wrote, that is wisdom. What is that? It is not wise to stand and watch two people fighting. So that was the wisdom he wrote and told him to keep it in his, tie it to his turban cloth. So, 4th para, Babu went home and showed his father what he had bought. And he said, I bought some wisdom for a nickel and I have it here, tied up inside the turban cloth. The father untied the knot, looked at the scrap of paper and read what was written on it. It is not wise to stand and watch two people fighting. So when Babu said to his father that he bought a nickel, that is wisdom, he bought a wisdom for a nickel. Then his father was surprised because nobody sells wisdom than for money, because it cannot be seen, one thing, and it cannot be measured also, other thing. And the father, he untied the knot and then read. That's what is written on the paper. What is written? It is not wise to stand and watch two people fighting. Fifth para, he was furious. He screamed at his son, "You fool, paying a nickel for this nonsense. Everyone knows you should not stand and watch two people fighting." Then he went to the marketplace and stormed into Nagendra's shop and scolded him soundly. "You scoundrel, you have cheated my son. He is a fool and you are a cheat. Return the nickel or else I will call the police." Nagendra said, "If you don't want my goods, you can return it. Give me back my wisdom and you can have your money back." Gupta, the merchant, threw the scrap of paper at the boy and said, "There, now give me back my money." Nagendra said, "No, you have not given me back my wisdom. You have only returned the paper. If you want your money back, you will have to sign a document saying that your son will never use my advice and that he will always stand and watch people fighting." So what happened? Babu's father, that is a rich merchant, then he got angry when he saw that is wisdom sold for a nickel, and he was scolding his son, paying a nickel. Then for this nonsense, everyone knows they should not stand when two are fighting. Then what is the special thing in that? And so he scoundrel, you are immediately, he stormed into Nagendra's shop. Immediately he went to Nagendra's shop and started shouting at him, "You fool, you have cheated my son. And if you don't return the amount, what will I do? I will call police." So what Nagendra said, he was not frightened. He said, "Yes, if you want my goods, if you don't want my goods, if you're returning, then what happened? I'll return the money you have given. So no problem. You have your money back and return my goods." So immediately, what is he gave only paper. So if you want your money back, you will have to sign a document. So you better give back that paper what I wrote, and wrote wisdom on that. And also you have to write it in a document, signing in a document telling that you have returned the wisdom that which you took from me, because I am returning your money. And saying that if you want your money back, you will have to sign a document saying that your son will never use my advice and that he will always stand and watch people fighting. Now what his son should do, whenever two people are fighting, he should stand there and watch. So that was the condition, and he returned the money back. Sixth para, the passers-by supported Nagendra. So Gupta readily signed the document and took his money. He was happy that it had been easy to undo his son's foolish bargain. What is that? That is Gupta. The people were watching them. Then people also accepted what Nagendra was telling was correct. So Gupta also then he was very happy because he got back the money, and so he signed happily and gave the paper to him. That is accepting his son would not stand when two people are fighting. Seventh, a few days passed. The king of that land had two queens who hated each other, so did their maids. They quarreled as bitterly as the mistresses. So one day, each queen sent her maid to the market. The maids went to the same shop and both wanted to buy the same pumpkin. There was only one pumpkin, so they began to quarrel. Their abuses and gestures were so fierce that the grocer fled the place. Babu, who happened to be nearby, he remembered his father's contract with the Nagendra and went there to watch the quarrel. The maids fought one each. The maids tore each one's hair and came to blows. One of the maids noticed the merchant's son and said, "You be my witness. She struck me." And the other maid cried, "You have seen with your own eyes who struck whom, and you are my witness. So she has hit me so many times." Then they remembered other errands and they went their ways. Now what happened? Seventh para is telling. After a few days, what happened? the king that is had two queens, and both of them they're hating each other. Even the maids also hating each other. They quarreled for everything. And one day what happened? One queen then sent word, that is sent maid to buy a pumpkin. The other queen also then wanted one pumpkin, and she also sent her maid. And both these maids went to a shop. That's only one pumpkin was left. So what happened? Then Babu, then he was there only, standing near that is near that shop only where they were buying, where they were quarreling for a pumpkin. And he remembered his father's contact with Nagendra also. So when two people are fighting, what he should do? He should stand there and watch. So he started then watching their fight. Then as the fight went on continuously, then one maid, that is she noticed Babu and told him that he should stand as a witness for the quarrel, because both are abusing, that is exchanging words, not only but also what, then yeah, exchanging words, then scratching and fighting, pulling hair and then fighting also. So, and this is the witness who should tell, that is Babu should come and tell before the king if he was asked to explain the fight. And they remembered their errands and they went their ways. Now they went to their place. Then the two maids went to their queens and told them about the quarrel, then adding all sorts of colorful details. The queens were now furious and sent complaints to the king. Each of them sent word to Babu that he was a witness on her side. If he didn't speak in support of her, she would have his head chopped off. Babu was in panic. When his father heard of this, he too was in panic. Finally, the son said, "Let us go and ask Nagendra, because he has wisdom to sell. Let us see what he has to say to get me out of this scrap." So father and son went to Nagendra, who said that he would help out, but the fee would be 500 rupees. Gupta paid him the money, and Nagendra said, "When they call you to court, pretend to be insane. Behave as if you understand nothing of what they say." So what then happening in the eighth para? Two maids, no? Then they went to their queens and told what all happened in the state, and they said then the queen also, then they got angry, and what happened? They started complaining to the king. Then the king should inquire that fight, what happened, then why they fought. So in this, so what in that he did not speak in support of her, then so she would have his head chopped off. Then the maids sent word to whom? To Babu, telling that if they don't, if he doesn't support the maids, what they would do? They would chop off his head. So he was very much afraid, and he said, "Okay," and I'll go and ask Nagendra. So what suggestion he would tell now? First time now he gave suggestion, that is not to stand. That is now what he should do. Now we'll go and ask to whom? Ask to Nagendra only. So his father and son went to, that is Nagendra's shop. Then Gupta gave him money, and Nagendra said, "When they call you to court, what happened? So what he should do? Babu should behave as if he was a insane. That is, he was not a clever boy." Next day, the king called the witness, and he and his minister asked Babu various questions, but he wouldn't answer any of them. The merely babbled and uttered a nonsensical syllable until the king lost his patience and drove him out of the courtroom. So they repeated the question, and all the questions how he answered, so babbling only, not properly he told, and that is the king then came to a conclusion that he became insane. So Babu was designed by the success of the ruse, and he told everyone about Nagendra's great wisdom, which soon became a buzz word in the marketplace. So he became very famous. So everybody started then asking who is then Nagendra. Now Gupta was not pleased. So Gupta was not very happy, because his son would have to feign madness always, or else the king would find out he had been tricked. So what happened? His father, that is Babu Sadar Gupta, he was very much worried. If he bears the title, that is insane, is what? then it will remain lifelong. So he wanted to take away that name. From whom? From his son Babu. So he, what to do? Another 500. See, again he asked, he went to the Nagendra and asked again some suggestion. So for that also again he charged 500. And then he said, go back for another 500 rupees. And then Nagendra advised them, go back to the king when he is in a good mood and tell him that the whole story, what happened, then why I behaved like that. So my original position is this, and tell him. And when he is in a good mood, now he's in a good mood, happy mood, you tell all these things so that you won't do anything. And so Bush followed the advice. What Nagendra said, he followed and found the king in a merry mood. She was very happy and told him the story. So this story was then given by Babu to the king. The king laughed a lot and forgave him. So the king was very happy and he also forgave him. And then the king, then, who was intrigued by what he had heard of Nagendra to the subject, to the Nagendra to the market, sent for him and asked if he had any more wisdom to sell. So the king came to know about Nagendra. He wanted to buy more wisdom. So he sent word for Nagendra to get a wisdom, more wisdom. The boy said, of course, I have plenty to sell, especially to a king. And but my fee would be a lakh, 100,000 rupees, 100,000 rupees. Then the king paid him the 100,000, and the boy gave him a piece of paper on which he had written, think deeply before you do anything. So he wrote the wisdom. That is in king. Then after he came to know about Nagendra, he was also very much fascinated by his wisdom, and he also wanted to buy wisdom from him. So then he told one day, then I have got plenty to sell, especially the boy was ready. Nagendra was ready to sell his wisdom to the king because he's got a lot of wisdom. So he was ready to sell his sent word telling that, but the rate is, what is that? How much it costs? 1 lakh. How much the king should pay? 1 lakh he should pay for a wisdom. And the king was so delighted that that advice he had made his motto, and he had embroidered on his pillows, engraved on his cups and plates, so that he would not forget it. So the king was very happy and to take that is a line, that is a piece of advice. But what is that? Then that is wisdom sold to the king by Nagendra. So the king was so frightened. So sorry, the king was so delighted with the advice that he made. That is the motto. So what he did, he embroidered in his pillow, engraved on the wall, wherever then he could write it in front of him. That is the wisdom given by Nagendra. He painted, embroidered on all the things what he would see from the morning till night. Some months later, the king fell ill. The king became sick. The minister and one of the queens had been conspiring to get rid of him. So they were planning to get rid of a king. Who? The minister and the queen. So they bribed the doctor and persuaded him to poison the king's medicine. So what happened? They took the help of a doctor and to give poison and to kill the king. Then, when the medicine was brought to the king, and he lifted the golden cup to his lips, he read the words engraved in it. Even he engraved, that is what, think before you do anything. So that was engraved in the cup also. So when he was about to drink that medicine, because he was sick, no? So the doctor gave some medicine without suspecting anything, because he did not have any doubt on anybody. He thought about the words, lowered the cup and looked at the medicine in it. So what is the word in that? In the cup engraved. So that he saw, and then he looked at the medicine. The doctor who was watching all this, he felt nervous because when the king was rotating the cup, like that, and then looking at it. So what before drinking, then the king saw that and he felt, sorry, the doctor saw and felt nervous. Because why? Really, poison was added to the drink. And his guilty conscience made him believe that the king had guessed that his medicine had been poisoned. So, what the doctor thought, the king came to know that some poison is added to his medicine. While the king was thinking, the doctor threw himself at his feet and confessed to everything and prayed to be forgiven. So the king felt very sorry and he asked apology from king at his feet and he confessed. Then the king ordered that the doctor must be arrested. But what happened? Doctor must be arrested. Then he sent for a minister and the queen and insisted that they drink the poison in his cup. And what is the king did? He called a minister and a queen, and he compelled them to drink the poison in the cup. They too fell at his feet and begged for mercy. Now they too understood that then it is now they cannot escape from this, so they begged for mercy, and he ordered them to be hanged. So what is the punishment? They were to be hanged, and he banished the doctor. That is, he made the doctor to go to leave his country, and from his kingdom he made Nagendra his minister and honored him with wealth. So he made Nagendra his minister and gave him wealth. So children, this is the story. If we got patience, that is Nagendra had a patience. Even though there is nothing in his shop, he could make money and he could become the minister to the king. So everything what depends upon your knowledge, how you utilize it. Thank you.